really cool method that we use to repair old plaster walls. Stick with it. Stick with it. Okay, we're here in an old Toronto home, and that means plaster and lath walls. What happens is, as the house settles and shifts, you get hairline cracks. We've come in with a tool and we've opened up all of those hairline cracks so that they're nice and big, so that when we fill it with our new substrate, that substrate has something to grab and key into. So we vacuumed it out, and now I'm going to show you a really cool method that we use to repair old plaster walls. Stick with it. Stick with it. So what a lot of people do is, at this point, they'll put their new substrate in, they'll put some tape over it, and they'll call it a day. We're going to show you a cool extra step. This is a system. This is called Plaster Magic, but at this point we've used it so many times it's sort of a mishmash of our own stuff. Basically all you're doing is you're going to drill holes in every other lath piece or every other piece of wood. We're going to drill a hole through the plaster that hits that wood, and then we're going to squirt adhesive through that hole and then use these washers to snug it up. So we're basically re-gluing the plaster back to the lath so that when we fill it, it's not going to go anywhere. Watch this. The next step we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole through the plaster, but only touching the lath. So only until we hit the lath. We don't actually want to drill into the lath. We're just trying to create a channel through this plaster to the wood. So I'm going to take the drill bit. This is a 3/16 bit, and I'm going to drill to touch. So the cool thing about having a space here is I can actually see. So every other lath, I'm going to drill a hole. I'm going to do that on both sides. Along all of these lines until there's a hole on either side, every other piece. So we've drilled all our holes now. The next step is to take an all-purpose masonry primer, and you're going to first fill these holes. This stuff just basically helps the glue set. So the next step is to secure the plaster back to the lath using an adhesive that bonds to both masonry or plaster and wood. We found that this Gorilla Glue, its consistency is soupy enough to allow it to get in and spread. If you use a thicker glue like a PL or something, it's not going to be able to spread once it's in the hole. You want something that's liquidy enough that once you shoot it in, it can spread itself out. I'm just going to stick the nozzle in, give it a few pumps so you can start to see it ooze out, and then you move on. So before I go and finish putting adhesive in all the holes, I'm going to show you guys how we install these washers to snug the plaster back up against the lath. You want these washers to hug the wall, but you don't want them too tight. If you pull it in too tight, you risk of A, splitting the lath behind, and B, cracking the plaster more than you want. So really all you want is to pull them into contact with the adhesive, and anything beyond that is unnecessary. Just going to put it in. Perfect. Put it in. Snug that one up. Now I'm going to finish filling all these holes with adhesive and repeat this process about 1,000 more times. So you can see that now we've got them all clamped up. You'll notice that every so often you'll get one that doesn't bite. Maybe it splits the lath or something. It's okay. Just leave that hole filled with glue, wipe the face off, and shouldn't be a problem. That's why we do so many. Like this might be overkill, but we like to do more holes than less because you never know which ones aren't going to bite so well. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll remove all of these, and then we'll fill the wall the way we normally would. Some fast setting compound, tape over it, and then some skim coats, and it should hold up a lot better than just taping it and mudding it. But we'll see. We're back. These guys are set up overnight, so it's time to remove the washers from the wall. Handy trick when you're doing that is to use a spatula behind the washer as you're unscrewing, and that allows your washer and your screw to come out in one unit. If you don't, sometimes the washer tends to stick to the wall because of the adhesive. So the next step is to remove all of these. Pop those guys out, just give it a scrape of the wall, and this guy is ready to patch. So if you come over here and take a look, we've taken these washers out. So the only thing that's now holding this plaster to the lath is that adhesive that we put in those holes. You'll see that before we did this, this plaster was actually free from the lath. It could move, but now you can see that even when I apply pressure, there's no movement. So that plaster is readhered to the lath, which in theory means that it's not going to crack again. So I'm going to finish removing these washers, and then I'm going to fill these large voids with some fast setting compound, and we'll come back, tape it, skim it, and the wall should be good as new, or even better than new. So I've got my Durabond 90 here, which is a fast setting compound that's great for plaster. It's a little bit stronger and it adheres better than your standard hot mud. I'm gonna fill these large voids with that first. Let that set up before I do anything else. So this guy's patched, sanded, and it's ready for some primer and then a couple of top coats. But as you can see, it's good as new, and when it's painted up, you'll never know that we were here. I honestly can't even see the badge anymore. Till next time.